What's up, people? Oh, the camera. Oh, the camera is back. We're good. We're good. Oh no, I literally checked it. This time, and I thought we were good. God dang it! All right, here we go. It's okay. I at least turned the camera on, kind of. We're just so excited to start these things and talk with you guys. I don't freaking press buttons and turn on light switches. I'll just sit here in the dark and talk to y'all. What's up, y'all? What's up, people? We're doing DC20 live stream number 10. Who knows what's going to happen this live stream? This is the first live stream after the 0.5 has been released. It is out there. It is awesome. We can talk about some potential things that are going to be coming and looked at on 0.6 possibly. The Bard has been making some huge progress today. I'm going to be doing a patron live stream tomorrow morning, and we might do the Bard or the Druid or the Warlock or the Cursed. So yeah, lots of stuff going on there, and who knows what's gonna happen in a live stream. Last time Dale Kingsmill herself came here, that was crazy. That was nuts. And then every once in a while we get a couple YouTubers jumping in on here, sniffing around for some DC20 stuff or something like that. So anyway, here's how these live streams work. If you're new here, I'm gonna go through and answer some questions, but first I'm gonna welcome everybody to the chat. If you have questions in general, this live stream is questions and Q&A's about DC20. There's been times of other Dungeon Master specific questions. I will answer those. It's not like I won't. I might have to answer those quicker because in general people are coming here for DC20. My neck is, I can't. So if I'm all stiff, that's why. I think I've been trying to get in better shape, y'all. I've let this YouTube life kind of get to me, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I answer those questions. And another thing that we did last live stream, these live streams have been going crazy. Y'all have been like hitting the goal 5 times over. It's been nuts. So here's how the giveaway works. Every quarter that we reach towards the goal, I give away a copy of DC20. At the end of this live stream, I'm giving away a copy of DC20 no matter what happens. I'm always going to do that every live stream, giving away a copy of DC20 and all future updates to DC20's Alpha. So that's that. If every quarter through this goal we hit another one, I add another one to the giveaway. At the halfway point, I give away a DC20 spot at the play in a one shot. We just did a one shot last week with giveaway winners. It was super fun. Did one of those at halfway point, and if we get all the way to the max goal, the following live stream will be a DC20 lore dump, and I will dump the entire origin story of the world and its creation and all of that in a live stream. So that's how the whole thing goes. Let me see who's all here in the chat, and we already have some. Oh man, that's might be a problem. I'm gonna have to lower this down. All right, I'm gonna have to lower this down to like here. Okay. That's better. That's better from a Nick. Okay. Peter Jernick from the Czech Republic says the PDF 0.5 update is awesome. Sadly, he can't find people to play in the Czech Republic. Hopefully that will change soon. Contact Peter Jernick if anyone is in the Czech Republic and wants to play. So super awesome to see DC20 spread all the way around world. That's awesome. Thank you for the super chat, bro. And then Hodop of the Hodopian Dynasty. Oh, technically we are 25 further into this goal because of those, because everything was reset when the stream starts. So those happened before. So I'll kick those back in. And then Hodop of the Hodopian Dynasty, a Platinum Dragon themselves, says, the sound of heavy metal wings is heard above. Along the sound of a goblin war cries as the King Hodop soars within his goblin horde atop his back. Landing with force, the young Platinum Dragon asks one thing. How are you? How are you? The young Platinum Dragon. I did like a goblin voice. How are you? How are you? The young Platinum Dragon asks one thing. How are you? How are you? There we go. The epic Platinum Dragon super chats are always legit. So thank you, Hoda. Appreciate that. Alex DeVale is here. Galaxy Knight is here. Immortal, Derek DePrick, Bone Caller, Elk Ward, Elk Warrior. Let's go. He's excited. Garrett Martin played Santa Claus in that one shot, and it was Amazing. Admiral Rum's here, my moderator in charge. Brandon Lane, let's go. Popping high before you go to bed. Yes, this is pretty late for some people. Evan Basnaw, out 0.5 is live. Love it when it comes together. Larry Rackley, what's up? What about Beastborn? Rat Race. I want to have a Beastborn will be in a future update. 100%. I want to keep it simple with 10, and we'll add on to it with Elemental Born, Beastborn. Oh, so many. More. Can't say any of that. Goblins, kobolds, stuff like that. Glenn's here. Glenn's also here and lurking. I see you, Glenn. Also part of that one shot. Cosmic Parade. What's up? Look, it's Baz is here. Another person from the giveaway. What if y'all won the giveaway again? That'd be wild. Kai's here. Grand Old Dwarf with the bow. Let's go. Red Silk. Let's go. All the familiar faces. Fanboy. What's up, y'all? What's up, Fanboy? What's up, man? Silver, Michelle. Oh wow. There's so much to get caught up on. Dungeon Masterpiece. I told you guys, a couple of YouTubers jumping in here. Dungeon Masterpiece. A pretty respectable YouTube. Pretty one of the big dogs, I'd say. Dungeon Masterpiece, who has also played DC20 and has also broke down DC20 through the lens of OG, not OGL, OG, oh my God, what's the word? He's gonna be so mad that I don't know the word. OSR, through the lens of OSR has broke down. We had some phone calls, me and Dungeon Masterpiece, about DC20. So super cool to see you in here, bro. What's up? He's played it, y'all. He's played it. Ted's here. Samuel Flynn's here. PH Arbex, Vito G, Hector, AKA, yo, what, how? What a crazy, I've never seen that name before. What, how is your name. Good day to you, what, how? Digital Hero, Young Fox, Power Hungry. Oh, Power Hungry's here, thank you, okay. We're good. I got you. Pazandor X. Oh, so we got some new faces in here too. Lucas with the awesome logo. Love it. Carrots, Liam, KD&D, let's party. Oh man. All right, Hector, I think am I caught up? Let me see. I think I'm almost, oh no, there's a super chat. What? There was 2 super chats. What's going on? First super chat is Ted, one-time fee. Ted Kermitis is on-time fee. Oh my gosh, you've created there's a late fee, there's a I didn't show up fee, there's a leaving fee early, and now there's an on-time fee. So there's lots of fees here in this. Make sure you pay all of them. I don't know. Coach looking rugged. Yeah, Matthew Heyman. I do need to shave. It's not my video filming day yet. I always shave. I shave and trim up right before I film. So I have not yet filmed because I filmed 2 videos in a row, and the 0.5 had to launch. So I was like, and I haven't filmed yet. So yeah, I'm in hobo mode right now. So just catch me tomorrow. Daybell Zian with a 50 super. Let's go. I love the boost for Scions. Is there a possibility for Scions to get the light shield mastery? I don't see Scions getting light shield mastery as far as a Scion, and what I see being a Scion and like a mental. I don't see them having a light shield. Cleric's light shield, of course. So, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know. Honestly, I just don't see it. Now, there's gonna be a subclass for sure that there's going to be like a Jedi type Scion, and they'll be able to have, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I think the Scion boost is a very, very awesome boost. So in a great spot there. Love it. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. And then, oh my gosh. Whoa, we're getting caught up. Water chug. Yeah, I had to. Yeah. Knowlton's here. Let's go. What's up, Knowlton? Geronimo, stay hydrated, homies. Yeah, you got to, especially with all the talking, you know what I'm saying? Nope. Hodop's dragon has the squeaky voice now. Admiral Rum super chat. Thanks, bro. My moderators are even super chatting. This is canon. So it is written. So it shall be. Sorry, Hodop, your platinum dragon now has a goblin voice. That's accidental canon. Bold not bald. Let's go. Finally making it to alive. Welcome, dude. Nice to see a familiar name in a new place. Let's go. John's here. John Conrad. Let's go. And then okay. Normally there's not this many super chats, and I haven't even gotten to it because if you guys have a question, and we'll go and do that right now. If you guys have a question, go ahead and ask question. My moderators will pick them up and add them to the queue. I will go through and answer the questions as quick as I can. I'm really not good at answering questions. I guess maybe you could think of it as I'm too good at answering questions and I'm too thorough with the questions, because I just really appreciate the people that jump on here early. We're already at 106 people. The more people that jump on right away, the more kind of it kicks the show new people, and more people can come hang out. Giveaways, we do lots of cool fun stuff here, so appreciate all the people jumping on, appreciate that. So I'm going to answer questions in the order I get them, and if you want to jump the line and support DC20, support everything I do here, add to the goals, all that stuff, then super chats, you can ask your question through super chats and jump to the front of the line like that. Appreciate you for the support. Like Matthew Heyman here. Matthew Heyman, it's nice to come home after a frustrating night dealing with theater nonsense to a DC stream. Theater nonsense, oh man, see, my experience, I did theater in high school. If none of y'all ever knew that, I did theater in high school. I dabbled, but nothing like what you're dealing with probably. Here for some awesome alpha and instant mood lift. Instant mood lift, bro. I got you. Matthew Heyman is a veteran of all live streams across all channels. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Appreciate you, man. Joe M. It's expensive to attend these streams. Yeah, Joe M. You gotta pay, there's so many fees. You just gotta pay your fees, right? And then you're good. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that's funny. And the Pocket Dimension is here. Speaking of other YouTubers, let's go. Tabletop Phoenix, P2 Jane, and then Coral. Oh my gosh, Coral with a $100 super chat. Oh my gosh. Guys, I hadn't even scrolled. I'm not even up to date with chat. I am like still welcoming people here. And we're getting slammed and popping off already. Merry holidays from Coral and all that jazz. Hopefully everyone is being awesome to each other. Coral, purple hearts in the chat for Coral. Coral is also a gold dragon on Patreon, a huge supporter, and Coral had a bunch of questions with the 0.5 alpha. I made a little video posted on Patreon and wanted to make sure to answer them because I know Coral is a huge supporter of what we do here. And then sure enough, Coral coming in with the Merry Holidays here, and that's super awesome. I love that. Thank you, Coral. Appreciate that. Love the holiday vibes. Let's go. And then what else we got? Dave Belzian for the Jedi Scion Fund. Did you super chat that? See, I'm not caught up with chat, so I don't know when he super chatted that. Did you super chat that after I said it or before? Are you in my head? Did you read my mind? Are you a Scion? What's going on? Jedi Scion Fund. Yes, but there's lots of funds also. There's late fees and early fees and on time. There's lots of fees and there's funds for any sort of thing you like in DC20. You can also super chat towards things. That's kind of how the Artificer came into existence. Although Artificer is more so from like YouTube comments and just sheer will of people wanting that. So that's super funny. Okay, cool. And then Swordplay and Sorcery. What's another YouTuber? Swordplay and Sorcery, also affiliated with One Shot Questers. Sorry I'm late. Hope this covers the fee. You guys get the idea. Yeah, I wish I could see the names of who was here when I started and then have I wish I could color everyone's names to where green, purple would be on time, red would be late. And if you're like super late, you get different colors, and I know how. I don't know if YouTube will do that for me, but there you go. And then Admiral Rum. Bug's not here, so this is probably okay. But Admiral Rum with the uneven super chat of $1.01, just to start the chaos. The chaos has begun. All right, cool. So now we are up to date. You know what's funny, Pocket Dimension? You said need that druid though, and here on my Notion is the druid. Whoa! What was that? Was that the master document druid? Thing, because I was literally working on the druid right before the stream. That's crazy. Pocket Dimension. Oh wow, that was a little Pocket Dimension. Got y'all a little leak right there. All right, so here's the thing for today's screenshot. Oh no, delete. We have. Do I do the question? Do I do the question here? You know what? I think I do want to do the question. I'm gonna ask you guys one question, and then I'm gonna start on all the questions for today. Okay? Because I do have two questions. I was gonna start polling and asking some people, but here's my thing. I have a question for you guys. I'm gonna pitch you guys something, and then we're gonna have a vote. We're gonna have a vote on YouTube. We're gonna have a YouTube poll vote, right? And on that poll is going to be 2 options of whichever of these 2 y'all think it kind of sounds the best. I'm going to pitch them to you, and then you tell me which one sounds the best to you. And based on the poll, we'll see where it goes. All right, so in DC20, there's the defense, right? And then when you beat the defense by 5, you deal +1 extra damage. And then every 5 beyond the target's defense, you deal an extra 1 more damage every 5, right? That's the baseline rule, okay? But the verbiage of that, to make things super simple, right, is heavy attacks. A heavy hit, right? A heavy hit means you beat the armor class by 5. On the character sheet, it literally says heavy, and you add 5 to your physical defense, and there's a number there. That's your heavy physical defense. So if your defense is 10, and that means heavy would be 15, brutal would be 20. You get the idea, right? So if I rolled a 16 to hit, and your heavy physical defense was a 15, a 16 beats that, you would say that's a heavy hit. And so I'd be like, okay, cool. And we can say all those things, right? There's words for them, okay? Heavy and brutal, done. Now, that's how it is right now. Currently, in the core rules, there is not any verbal reference to what I'm about to say. So this is new territory, these 2 options y'all are voting on, right? That's what we're doing here in these live streams, people. We are innovating the game as we speak. So these 2 options are going to be what I'm showing. Now, you can say your votes, option 1 and 2, and you can start typing numbers, but nothing's going to matter until I do the vote. So here we go. The question is, what do we call 15 beyond the armor class? Like 15 beyond the physical defense, right? Or mental defense. Like, so heavy hit, brutal hit is by 10. Ooh, 15. What is that called? What is that called is the question. Now, this is not some sort of free form. I have gone through extensive amount of words. So whatever people are going to be throwing out there as words, we've probably already workshopped as far as like wild hit. Can't say critical hit, obviously, because it's not a critical hit, right? So there's 2 options. Option 1 is a devastating hit. And I already see some people in the chat saying devastating hit. So a devastating hit is 15 or beyond. Oh my gosh, devastating. And we could actually codify devastating and that be a devastating hit, right? Okay. And then, but the other thing I need to clarify here is these hits won't happen that often. A heavy hit will happen decently often. A brutal hit will happen, at least 1 or 2 times, a couple times per combat, that for sure. If somebody rolls really high, if you add some help dice to something, you get a little combo move going, you give yourself a bunch of advantage, whatever, it could for sure happen, right? I'll also get caught up with the super chats after I give this whole speech. The calling this something I think is important, at least, even if it's just a DC tip. Even if it's a DC tip and it's not like a codified word, I just want to give something out there to have some sort of uniformity so people can kind of refer to this thing, right? So devastating is the word. Now, if you like the word devastating, that would be the thing. There could be savage and all these other words, but we're gonna throw all those other words out for right now and just say, if we call it a word, we would call it devastating. So it'd be heavy, brutal, devastating. Oh my gosh. But now there's a problem, because what do you call after devastating? And that's also now that's the problem. It kind of pushes the problem back 1 notch. The second solution solves that problem in a little bit cleaner of a way. And I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I literally could see both options. If I had a super gut feeling of like one is for sure better than the other, we wouldn't even be voting here right now, but I could see both options. Option 2 is not calling it a word, right? It would not be like, oh, savage, oh, super mega hit, devastating. It's not going to call it a word, because the same problem happens as what do you call a 20 plus 25 30 beyond, what do you call that? Devastating, even more devastating. And that runs into the same problem that you have with heavy, brutal. Option 2 turns into, it would be heavy, brutal +1 or brutal 2, and we would just say brutal 2, brutal 3, brutal 4, brutal 5. You see what I'm saying? And that would be what we say, right? So it'd be, and also I'll say this, I saw Jason just threw down heavy, brutal, savage, epic, legend, and that's what I don't want to avoid. I want to avoid that too. I don't want to have some sort of like, oh, we have to memorize all these words. It's heavy, brutal. I'm okay with adding 1 word of devastating, but then there's a big question mark. What happens after that? Because I don't want to keep naming words, right? So, then this second option here, it would be heavy, brutal, brutal 2, brutal 3, brutal 4, brutal 5, etc. Right? And it would be very simple because you could even say brutal +1, whatever the word is. Just like so, the two options here. Option 1 is renaming it to a word, whether that's brutal or whether that's devastating or savage or legendary, whatever it is. It's just one word. That is option 1, right, of what I'm about to give you guys right now. Option 2 is having it brutal plus. Brutal +1, brutal +2. This is kind of how I like when I run this game off at the over 100 times now of playtesting. Anytime that happens, I'd be like, I usually say that's beyond brutal. And that's the phrase I use. I say, oh, this is beyond brutal. And I think that's actually kind of cool, is to keep it brutal. And on the character sheet, it'll be heavy brutal. And there's definitely not going to be a third line of a devastating defense. You know what I'm saying? So that I think that might be a little weird. So I lean towards option 2 being heavy, brutal. That's also codified on the defensive side of heavy and brutal on your defense. And then we have heavy brutal, and then there's beyond brutal. And I usually say that when I'm running it off. I say like, oh, this is beyond brutal. Hold up. And then there's like a fun moment where you have to do by fives math, and then they watch, like the table watches the damage add up right in front of you. So if I know, I'm going to use weird numbers on purpose just for the sake of the example. But if I have a physical defense of 13 and somebody's like, that's a 28 to hit. I'm like, 28 to hit. Oh my God, that's beyond brutal. Oh my gosh. And I don't even know when I say beyond brutal, I know it's beyond 10, but is it 15? Is it 20? Whoa, my gosh. Okay. So 13. So I say like, all right, your base damage is 2, right? So 13 hits. Okay, cool. That goes to 13 goes to 18 is heavy. 23 is brutal. Now we're beyond brutal. What did I say? 23 just then? 23. 28 is a brutal 2. All right, that's 5 points of damage. Oh my God, right? And you get the idea, right? So now, heavy, brutal beyond. I see it, Joe Cherry. I literally hear you in my head saying that. But I'm gonna get to the super chats here in a second. So we're gonna add. Wait. Can I add? All right, start a poll. We're going to start a poll. Heavy, brutal, question marks. The question 1 is going to be devastating, a new word. And then, or it's going to be brutal plus. And that would be brutal. Yeah, we're just going to say brutal plus. So again, devastating is just calling it a new word. Regardless of if you like the word devastating and you wish it would be savage, you would pick that one. Or brutal plus, and brutal plus would be it's going to be like brutal 1 or like brutal beyond brutal or brutal +1, brutal +2, brutal +3, etc. Right? So here's the poll. Boom. Let's see what people are thinking. I'm really excited to see this. But yeah, I'm really excited to see this. A lot of people in the chat are saying beyond brutal. Oh, wow, brutal plus is winning by more than I thought. That is where I was leaning towards. I do like the word devastating. Honestly, I love the word devastating. I think it's super cool. I think I use the word a devastating blow. Like I could see describing that in like a description. But the thing that breaks it for me is there's not a devastating defense. There's a heavy defense, there's a brutal defense, there's a heavy attack, there's a brutal attack, but there's not. If we add devastating, then we also have to add devastating here, and then it's not on the character sheet, and then that's weird, right? So I think we have decided here now in the chat, with 77%. And plenty of people voted. We have our answer. We have an answer. Beyond brutal, baby. Beyond brutal. So now I'm going to put that here. I'm going to turn it gold, and we know the answer now. Sweet. Love it. Love to see it. All right. So, whoa, no. I clicked the wrong thing. I lost my chat. Where's my chat? There we go. All right. So let me get caught up on the super chats, and then I'm jumping into the questions. Okay, we got that. Swordplay Sorcery. Young Fox with the $2 super chat. Doesn't even say nothing. What's up, Young Fox? I see you. I appreciate you. And then Mini Warlord asks, Admiral Rum. Props to Admiral Rum, a moderator who's also now super chatting someone else's question. What a champion. Mini Admiral Rum super chat says that Mini Warlord asks, the largest super chat of the live stream wins the ability to name a city in the lore. Oh, that's funny. Honestly, I'm not I'm not a sellout like that. And I've seen people do that. Other content creators do that. That's totally their prerogative. I've seen Kickstarters, y'all. I've seen Kickstarters have tiers where people can pay large sums of money to put stuff into the Kickstarter, which first of all just kind of feels weird to have somebody do that. And then I just also think giving away the creative freedom like that makes it not your own. Then you're like kind of like, oh, it's like not sellout's not a good. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I respect and have so much passion for the lore of DC20. I can't just leave it up to chance of somebody, even if they super chatted $1,000 and they're like, name the main city blippity bop, and I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? So in general, I would say no to that. But what I would say is if somebody super chatted some wild amount of money and they said, I want to name the city this, and it was a good ass name, all right, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool, let's name it that. You know what I'm saying? So I am always open to cool name suggestions. So crippling hit, Joe Cherry says with his great word descriptions. Oh yes, I see you. And now we're all talking about it, and then brutal beyond. I hear Joe Cherry's voice in my head when I read that. Oh, that's funny. And then. Oh, things that make you. Oh, okay, I see that. And then Young Fox. Option number 2. While we're talking about words, can we please change bludge to blunt? See how bludge isn't really a word. It's Australian saying for avoiding work. Interesting that it's an Australian slang. Bludge. Oh, you're a bludgeon, mate. Are you bludge? Are you bludgeon at work? Ah, yeah. You bludgeon? Do you bludge, bro? That's my terrible Australian accent. Yeah, I see that because bludge is short for bludgeoning. But my concern with saying blunt is then we'd have to almost like recodify the word. I'll write it down to talk with my word people about bludge change to blunt. Yeah, I see you. That's a fair point. I see that, Young Fox. That's interesting. I did not know that was a slang. I want to avoid accidental slang rephrases. And then Joe Cherry. Oh my God, y'all. I just read multiple chats from Joe Cherry just now. Joe Cherry, I have a poll. I have a poll for everyone. Which platinum dragon loves Christmas the most? Sirthoth the Platinum, or some other measly platinum Merry Christmas coach? Joe Cherry with a massive platinum dragon Christmas super chat from Sirthoth the Platinum. I almost feel like it should be more like more ancient. Sirthoth the Platinum. Measly platinum. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Joe. Oh my gosh, bro. You were in my head already, and now I just see you. I see you sitting in the grand way that you would describe your turns and the times we played together. I hear it. I hear the Merry Christmas, and I feel it right here, brother. Appreciate you for real. And that means we are 60 off from a giveaway of a seat at the table in a DC20 one-shot. Let's go. And halfway through a war dump. That's crazy. Puppet Master with a late fee. Not sure we'll ever be able to play DC20 in my current group, but I certainly borrow from it. Honestly, Puppet Master, I do the same. I'm playing Curse of Strahd right now, and I find myself wishing I was playing DC20 all the time, but I find myself homebrewing things and tweaking things to be DC20 all the time. It's a weird hybrid right now. So appreciate y'all for that. So, all right, cool. Now, to the questions. Let me get a little refill here. There we go. All right, here we go. Question. Here we go. Where we at? All right. Question. From Avacup. Avacup has a question. Was it considered to have the bleeding condition stack, so bleeding X, not just bleeding? Yes, that was an entire conversation to have bleeding stack. The problem is if bleeding can stack, bleeding becomes very powerful. Very, very powerful. If you didn't also notice, in the 0.5, it was also added an entire section of every condition and its stacking or not, and like what happens when certain conditions stack. An entire new section was added to conditions. Bleeding was for sure talked about. I originally was like, yeah. I wanted bleeding to stack, but here's the problem: is if you get like multiple people with bleeding to stack, you get a spell that causes bleeding, which will be something that warlocks can. You have a warlock in the group and they pick spells that involve bleeding. You get fighters and stuff with martial characters that wield axes to apply bleeding. You get a ranger with a bleeding, all this kind of stuff, right? So if you stack bleeding and you build an entire group to stack bleeding, you would be dealing true damage, because bleeding deals true damage, which is a wild damage type, right? Because you're bleeding out. It's why it's so strong, right? You are bleeding out, and which is scary. But if you could stack bleeding and you could get like bleeding 5, that means you would be dealing 5 damage every round. And if you were, they have to make a successful medicine check. So there's a skill check involved. So then you could also stack a condition on them of you could make them. You could make them dazed, and if you gave them the dazed condition, they'd have disadvantage on mental checks. And then if they had disadvantage on mental checks, they'd have disadvantage on medicine checks. So they would have to be making medicine checks to clear the bleed, which is dealing 5 damage a turn, and then they'd have disadvantage on that. They'd never be able to clear their bleed. It'd just be real bad. It'd be real bad. So it's a bit too strong to do that. I definitely could see some abilities, and I've used abilities that do deal more damage than that. You could say this ability, this magic weapon, this class feature causes the target to bleed and take 2 true damage instead of 1, and they have to succeed on a DC 15 medicine check. So you can easily have class features, abilities, weapons, magic items, monsters, whatever, modify the bleed condition and have the text there for that specific instance say, oh, it also deals more damage or has a higher DC or whatever, right? So you can easily do that. I've also done the bleeding condition and changed the damage type to you can change damage type to cold and have it be something. It wouldn't be a medicine check at that point, which you could do burning, the burning condition, change it to cold. There's going to be plenty of things where you can have reoccurring damage be a thing, but I didn't want to stack it with bleeding for those reasons. So yeah, trying to be the boss for the first time. Kardake, yes, you are the boss. Karakade, there we go. Karakade is the boss for the first time. Boom, Karakade. And then, oh gosh. And then Joe Cherry. What? Joe Cherry is going off right now. Oh my gosh. What? Merry Christmas, Joe. Joe's wild right now. We need $60 more to get this night going. Pow! Surthar flicks his claw and some gold rolls across the cavern floor. Do y'all see this description of this like platinum dragon, and this just curls this massive platinum claw, flicks gold, like these large gold coins that roll across. They're like gold coins from giants and stuff. Massive gold coins that just rolls across the floor. Dang. Oh man, that's wild. Thank you, Joe. We hit the goal. So now at the end of this live stream, we are giving away 1 copy of DC20, 2 copies of DC20, 3 copies of DC20, and which one of those is going to be also include a seat at the table and playing a one-shot. Love seeing it. Love playing DC20 with you guys. Whoo, let's go. Brutal bleeding. I see it, Dustin. I see you, Dustin. All right. So, creatures getting banished from bleeding, and there's tons of cool stuff with bleeding and bloodied conditions that I've really loved messing with DC20. It's been super fun. All right, next question. Jeffrey678. My players are excited to play a campaign. One of them wants to play a puppeteer beastmaster. Wait. A puppeter / beastmaster. A puppeter? Like a summoner? Any sneak peek or guidelines to homebrew one? So a puppeter. I think Jeffrey's talking about like a summoner thing or a beastmaster, like of somebody of creatures and stuff, right? So there's that. Oh, for Bug, Young Fox with a super chat for Bug to balance things out. Young Fox, I'm going to message Bug right. You know what? All right, hold up. I'm going to screenshot that. I'm screenshotting this right now, and I'm opening Discord and I'm sending a message to Bug right now. Just to show the love, just to show that Young Fox is sending some love your way, Bug. That's so funny. He's got a reputation. Oh man, that's so funny. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Puppet. So there is a summoner class and there's a beastmaster class. The summoner class is going to summon multiple things, like 2 and beyond things. Probably 3 is like the pocket, a number equal to their prime modifier. Anyway, they're going to summon some multiple things and be able to use those. That's kind of one thing. That class is going to be a hybrid class at this point. And the one super sneak peek for something super into the future for good old Jeffrey here is right now the vision for it is to be a hybrid class where it uses mana to summon creatures and buff creatures and maybe buff their allies. And then it uses stamina to do things with those creatures. Super sick. Love it. Can't wait to build that class out and like go down that rabbit hole. But there's too many other things to do right now, obviously. So then the Beastmaster is going to be in a class entirely wrapped around your pet, right? You are going to be like a commoner. You're going to suck. You're going to have low health. You're going to suck. You're going to have skills, I guess, but that's it. And you are going to, all of your power is going to be baked into your beast, and subclasses are going to be different types of beasts, whether it be dragon or oozes or monstrosities or whatever, right? So heck yeah. And then let's go. So there you go. What's on my shirt? Oh, this is Carter. Yeah. Carter, this is Carter's on my shirt. So my wife's in the chat and has pointed out whenever I walk Carter down, I put him right here, and I think he ate yogurt or something at lunch, so there's maybe a little bit of yogurt right here. So I don't know. There's that. Thanks babe. Sarah in the chat is my essentially like my wife coming in here and being like, oh, your shirt's dirty. Thanks babe, gotcha. Now everybody's gonna be just staring at my right shoulder. Oh, that's funny. Okay. And then, okay, cool. Back to the next one. Liam has a question. Backgrounds 0.6? Backgrounds, no. Backgrounds, I'm honestly, full disclosure, I'm not worried about backgrounds right now. Backgrounds are going to be flavor features. I do have a list of background things. The only thing that backgrounds are missing is this. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to it right now. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull up this. I'm going to go to the far side here. I'm going to go to backgrounds. I'm not showing this because this is a little bit too... Okay, here we go. Let's see. Here's the background. The only thing that's missing... Backgrounds give the following. Half of your equipment. Easy. Which is just going to be a pack and some gold. It's going to be super simple. It's going to be super... I want to streamline character creation. I'm not trying to have people be like, all right, my bad. I want the mechanics of your background to be wildly simple. Then... let your backstory go wild. Your backstory is the story. It's what you write. It's where you come from. It's all that stuff. Background is your mechanics of what the game gives you. The game gives you 5 skill points, 3 trade points. That's it. You can use those trade points on languages, and it's twice as effective. That's a new thing now. And that's literally it. The only thing you're missing is a background trait. That's the only thing missing from DC20 currently in the 0.5 version is traits. And I'm going to read you off one trait. Underground, and this is from your background. A background is from where you were born, like where you grew up, like where are you around. And this is a background trait for being underground. You have advantage of not getting lost underground. That's it. That's the background trait. The background trait is going to be something super duper simple. Nomad is going to be something about like foraging for things in the wild. Done. The thief is you're gonna have a contact in a city that you grew up in. You have a contact that knows stuff. Done. It's gonna be role play, exploration, social based little traits, and that's the only thing that the backgrounds are missing right now. So there's that. I hope you're all thinking you're missing on much, because I definitely don't want to have like backgrounds be this huge entire system that really slows down character creation and all that kind of stuff too. So heck yeah. Gotta get you to say my name right. I thought I said it right. I'm sorry. I said it wrong, and then I said Crackaday, and I was like, oh, I think I got it right because I saved it, but I didn't. Carrick Day. Carrick Day. Carrick Day. All right, there we go. I got you. Carrick Day. Carrick Day. Okay. How many times did I just say it? I just like zoned out and said it probably 15 times right there. Woo-hoo. All right, here we go. Love that. Here we go. Gotcha. You broke him. Amalry. Oh gosh, see, I did it again. I'm reading names and I can't freaking read, y'all. I was a math teacher, okay? I was a math teacher. Come on. Come on. All right. Next question. Let's see this question. Death Wish has a question. I feel like making a martial with a mental prime is unoptimal. Mental stats help out with mana, mental defense, physical defense helps out with HP phys. Can martials benefit from mana, etc.? Death Wish. One big thing. I can't even tease this yet. Death Wish. This is the biggest rule update that is going to be targeted for 0.6. In 0.6, there might be not an overhaul. I don't think overhaul might be too aggressive of a word, but a rework of how and where attributes, what they do, the 4 attributes, what they do. Specifically for martial characters, what do mental attributes do for martials, and how does mana work? And there's some other things that I think there's massive things that are going to happen, and I think everyone's going to love it. I truly do. It's going to make character creation very cool, and it's going to make your choices and all this. Man, it's just so exciting. So Death Wish, there's your little sneak peek there, but that's about all I can say about it right now. So there's that. I could see this is big enough to where I could see that being a whole live stream breakdown. Like I break it down in a live stream, I show you guys early and like give you all a sneak peek on it. So it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Hector, question: can you show us the paladin stamina scaling? What? Can you show us the paladin stamina scaling? Paladin stamina scaling. I think. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you all paladin stamina. Here, check it out. Boom. Whoop whoop whoop. There's paladin stamina. Stamina 1 1 2 2. 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4. Well, you don't have the last 4, but there you go. That's it. Paladins are hybrids. They originally had 5 stamina max, but I just kind of gave them a little bit of a stamina nerf. They have 2/3 of the mana, and now they have 2/3 of the stamina. And I think that's a pretty fair balance spot there. Also, one thing is Paladin stamina recovers only when NP is spent. And that's another kind of interesting thing there to kind of keep hybrids in check in some ways, if you know what I'm saying. Also, the Warlock is a hybrid class with stamina, and they regain stamina from certain things having to do with them spending mana on certain things and other things like that. But that's all still under development. And top secret. Let's go. Shh. All right, yeah. So there's that. And then, wait, dragon. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. So there you go, Hector. I hope that was what you were wanting, Hector. Just making sure. I don't know. I hope I answered that question. Cool. Whammy Boy has a question. With how many features we with how many features we have at low levels, won't this lead to either feature bloat or unintended features to avoid bloating later on, or uninteresting features to avoid bloat later on? Okay, cool. That's a very valid concern. 100% valid concern. I would say hold on to that until you see what happens at the 3rd level subclass releases and the 5th level class releases. That will really show later. Hold up. Peace, hold up. That'll really show kind of where things are going, because right now, the reason why you feel that way, and this is not me excusing it or hand waving it, that's because that's a valid concern for sure, especially for somebody that's only seen levels 1 and 2 of the game, is you have to get, a class has to feel. I actually watched a TikTok. Somebody said this about D&D classes, like they were making a D&D homebrew class, which I have so many opinions on. And I truly believe in this. In D&D and DC20, I don't know about Pathfinder because I think they worked a little bit. Anyway, a class has to feel like that class by level 2, or you failed. You failed, right? So in DC20 specifically, at level 1, actually, here, let's go back to this little paladin situation right here. At level 20, right? So you get class features and class features, right? You get a talent and you get a little bit of extra, kind of like a little extra customization there. I did want to give the talent early on, because if I didn't give you a talent at 2nd level, you get your first talent at 4th level. And that felt bad. The first option for multi-classing coming at 4th level, that felt bad. So Excuse me. So then, where was that? Oh yeah. So at third level, you get your subclass feature. You have to feel like your class in order to get a subclass. You know what I'm saying? So then you get your subclass feature, and then you get another talent for some more customization. At third level, you're feeling yourself. At third level, man, you're your class. You got some talents to choose from. You got a subclass you've chosen. You got your oh man, let's go. And then level 4, you get a little talent to customize even further. In ancestry traits, customize even further. Feeling it. So fourth level is not going to be really bloat there. You're going to get one talent and one ancestry. That's it, right? So it's not going to be a bunch. And then fifth level, you're going to get, I will foreshadow this a little bit. You're going to get a booster pack for your traits. So if you're a monk and you have faster movement, and you have something with your unarmed strikes, and you have a stance, and you have a whatever, you at fifth level are going to get a booster pack to where now you get one more stance. Your movement's being increased by one more. You also gain, and you just get little buffs to each of the things you can do even more. And this might expand on some of the things you can do. Now you can pick up, no, now you have 3. Wait a second. I have 3 stances I can be in. Ooh. That's really interesting, right? And maybe I'm giving away too much with this one, but I really want to answer this question for Wanny Boy. So this is a shout out to Wanny Boy, throwing out some top secret information here. Okay, so I'm going to do this real top secret. Okay, look, maybe the monks at 8th level have a super sick feature, and this is kind of referencing what Wanny Boy's concern is, and I think this might alleviate some concern. Maybe the monks get a feature at 8th level, which allow them to be in 2 stances at one time. And the monk has developed their martial arts so good on their own that they've created a new stance. They've been in bull stance and scorpion stance so often. No, dare I say bull stance and gazelle stance so often. And they've shifted back and forth from bull, charging people over, knocking people back and moving through people. And they've also combined with gazelle, and they've been moving quickly and nimbly and agilely. And they can actually merge those 2 stances together into one and be a fast charging bull. And you could let the characters name the stance, you know what I'm saying? Chimera stance, like let's go raging bull, you know. And then they take their oh my gosh, the monk at level 7 takes a rage. They pick up barbarian rage, and then they merge their bull stance and gazelle stance together, and they have a raging bull stance, and they rage and they oh my gosh, see what I'm saying? Freaking DC20 is awesome, guys. Like, that's so cool, right? Mantis and mongoose. See, look, Larry, look at this dinosaur stance. Oh my God, y'all are awesome. Yeah, so you get the idea. So that's a little foreshadowing to 5th and 8th level of just like really having some fun with classes. So I don't think there's gonna be bloat. Of just like, oh, here's more stuff, because it's just it's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway. Oh my God. Pocket Dimension. I now know for a fact that Pocket Dimension Fitz is behind the wheel on Pocket Dimension right now, because they were talking about how do I make gazelle and turtle stance work. Oh, that's interesting. What if you can move in turtle stance if you combine gazelle and turtle, and you just can move in turtle stance? Oh wow. Anyway, that's so funny. Wait. Ooh, interesting. All right. Next question. Sorry. Oh, wait. Did I miss? I missed 2 super chats. Here we go. I'm back. I'm back on track. And then, is there an estimated or target release date for the Kickstarter? Whew. Sean Van Beverholt. There we go. I think I got on that one. Estimated date is the middle of next year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. July is kind of my estimated date here. I'm trying to get as much as I can done before, and then the Kickstarter will launch, and then I don't know how long that will be open for. I'm trying to have it be a quick turnaround, but I don't want to rush the game. The last thing I want to do is what so many video games that I've played have came before me and I've hated, is this awesome game that could have been amazing, but and there was bugs and unbalanced and broken this and that and blah blah blah, right? Rushed, right? So I will be very clear when the Kickstarter is going to launch, and then once it does launch, I will be very clear during it the estimated time frame of how long it would take to finish up. But I will say, regardless, when you back the Kickstarter, you get the beta. Like you're going to have option to get the beta right now, right? So the beta would essentially be the full game in its current state, right? There might be some tweaks and changes, and I maybe that's also going to be a good thing for the game if we have a longer beta, where I release the beta for the game after the Kickstarter closes immediately, right? So as soon as the Kickstarter ends, you get something like of the full game of DC20 right then. Maybe it doesn't have all the art. Maybe it doesn't have all the rules. Maybe it doesn't have every ancestry, whatever it is. But you'll get everything and be able to play it, and there'll be a lot of feedback. And maybe having a longer beta would be a good thing, to have some longer feedback and polish off some more things. The community will catch more things, more tweaks, all that stuff, right? So, cool. There you go, Sean. Bone Caller. What's up, Bone Caller? Wouldn't it be better to add a cap to status conditions like bleed? Say something like max of 2. Yeah, so then now, Bone Caller, I agree. I completely agree. But then we enter into the game design pocket of complications or confusing, clunky rules, right? So if it can stack, like okay, if bleed can't stack, the difficulty is here, and the cool factor, let's just say, is here. Ooh, bleed can stack. That's super cool. That's super cool. Bleed can stack. It's also not complicated. Bleed can stack as many times as you want. It's not complicated. You just stack it up, right? I guess it's maybe a little bit more complicated because you got to track the stacks, but then that's it. And then it's like, well, that's crazy. Oh, but then the game breaks and we can't do that. But then if you add some middle ground, we're like, okay, bleed can stack, but only up to 2. And then, well, what if at higher levels, then it can stack more, and then it can stack a number of times equal to your prime. And if you start going down, like, yes, you can, but then there's just more stuff to remember. And now you've increased the coolness, but then you've also increased the complexity. And did you increase the complexity by, is it worth it for the amount of coolness that you got for the extra rule that you have to remember? Like, it can stack, but it's only up to the, and then you run into that. So I try and limit those. And that one instance that I'm talking about here with Bone Caller, that probably wouldn't mean a thing. But if you make an entire game and you constantly avoid that, I think that's one of the reasons why DC20 is so intuitive and clean, because I constantly stay away from those little bits of clunk and sometimes take a less cool option or a less accurate. Technically, it would be more accurate if we were to say that, you add this and do that. You know what I'm saying? And there's grit and fortitude being the average of your 2 stats. That's if you're from the old school. If you're an OG of DC20, you'll know what I'm talking about there. You used to take your 2 mental stats and add them together to get an average, and that would be the perfect representation. Too much clunk, too much math, not intuitive. Nope. And then we cut it, right? So there you go. And then we got, I love all the different stances y'all are talking about now. And then, what? Cheeky bastards. I know I said that one right. Thank you for the super chat. First time super chatter. Would you consider making physical save maneuvers a contested check with an already existent attack check? The physical saves are feeling really weak. I don't know what you mean by physical saves feeling really weak. That's my only question with that, is what do you mean by physical saves feeling weak? I don't want it to be a contest. I want it to be a dynamic attack save. I think if everything's a contest, then everything's an all or nothing. Everything's an all or nothing. I can't tell you how many times in the 100+ playtests now that I've done of this thing, it's been so cool where the damage is separated from the saves. That is just so cool, where they can, man, I didn't get the damage, but you got the effect. I did not deal my damage, but now they're prone. I swing my hammer at both, they fall down. Oh my gosh, right? All that stuff. So that has been so cool and so much fun. I don't see that being changed to just a contest, because then here's the roll and then there's the roll and then that's it. And then now maneuvers get a little more weird, because now applying a save to the condition, they don't have to make a save because now they're just rolling against you. And then now you could have an attack check that's wild. Keep this in mind, cheeky bastards. In DC20, you could have an attack check that has the help action, and you gave yourself advantage on it, and you added a maneuver, and then you had another friend give you the help action, and you did all this stuff to create this massively, wildly high attack check that if you were able to do what you proposed, and then, oh yeah, you're also this, then the other person would just be screwed, Whereas at least the bad guy, at least the effect is protected. And that's another thing for Dungeon Masters that you'll realize once you start running DC20 is effects are separated. You have an effect and you have the damage. And then when you roll for them and take care of them separately like that, I think a lot of really nice things happen. So yeah, they can roll from wild damage, big, huge damage numbers. Yeah. but then there's the save for the effect. They could give you disadvantage on it, but it's not like one roll versus your one roll and all that kind of stuff. So there's my little insight behind the scenes on that. I hope that makes sense, Cheeky. But appreciate the super chat for you, bro. Cool. Back to the questions. And then we got Samuel Flynn. Wait, any idea of when the druid will drop? Samuel, wait a second. What is all these? Admiral Rum is reacting. Locamida. What? There's so many reactions to this. My moderator is reacting in Discord to this question. So apparently, Admiral Rum really wants me to answer this question for Samuel Flynn. And then a question or two up. Question. Death Wish. Ava. Oh no, I got you. I see you. So then, so Samuel's question is: any idea when the druid will drop? I honestly, that's I kind of just don't want to answer the question. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be a jerk when I say that. I have learned the hard way from developing Alkandar's Almanac and now developing an entire game that it's far more stressful than it's worth to say a date. Because if I say 2 weeks, and then now it's making the druid stops being fun, and making the druid starts being stressful, and now I'm making the druid, but then I'm like, okay, so I need to it's just not going to be as good. I don't think it's going to be better for anybody. So even the person even in this case now Samuel I don't think would want me to answer this question, because then it would feel more rushed and less fun and all this kind of stuff. So I try not to say dates. When will 0.6 be dropped? No idea. When will the Bard be dropped? No idea. I think the Bard will be dropped before the Druid. Bard will come out first. I think it would, if I had to guess right now, it would be Bard, Druid, Cursed, Warlock, Artificer would be my guess. And then rules kind of sprinkled in with all that, and then the big, huge overhaul, all that kind of stuff, right? So there you go. I'm sorry for the lame answer for that, Samuel. Bugs, super late fee. Glad to see the even stand strong in my absence. Hey, you have I sent you the message, and they've been staying strong for you. It's funny. What if bleed worked like temp HP instead of stack? Wait, Dorian Blake. What if bleed worked like temp HP? I don't understand how that would work. Someone would have to explain how a bleed could work like temporary hit points. Oh, it's like the severity of the bleed? Is that it? So if you had like a bleed 1, and if you were currently bleed 1 and you got another bleed 1, it wouldn't trump it. But then if you got a bleed 2, now you're bleeding 2, you know? Is that what you're talking about? I think that's where Dorian's going on that, right? That's pretty cool, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a great. I could totally see that. Now Dorian, this is another great example for what I said earlier with complexity. Is it better? I'm going to hypothetically ask Dorian this. I assume that I got it correct in my just ramblings right there. The rabbit hole I just went down, right? Is it worth it to have bleeding have this mechanic, or is it just better to have a boss creature, give it something that says you bleed the target and it deals 2 true damage at the start of each turn, has to make a DC 10 medicine check to be able to remove it. This does not stack with other bleed this trumps and overrides any other bleed conditions. Like, you could give that as a mechanics individually on a one-off basis instead of having it be like a core part of the game. I got it. Okay, cool. Got you, Dorian. So I think that's the game design challenge is that rule enough to have it be the overarching rule of the entire game, which is more complicated? It can stack and there's bleed 2s and there's other things like that, and have that be that maybe it is, you know what I'm saying? In fact, I'll even make a little note here for bleed 2 override stacking, also burning etc. And if we do have something like that, maybe it is worth it. And now it does open up something where we can give rogues at level 5 an ability to apply bleed 2. You know, maybe that's a cool thing, right? And if you have bleed 2, now that, you know what I'm saying? So I think that might be a cool thing if it's worth it. And right now at level 1, I don't know if it's worth it, because bleed 2 right now at level 1 would be very, very strong. So that's probably going to be something that sneaks into the game maybe a little bit later. So there's that. And then Ryan is asking about anybody homebrewing classes. I would love to see it. All right, cool. A spell is anything that requires a spell check. Yes. And there's also something called spell effects, P2 Jane. But a spell effect like a Scion's Mind Blast is a spell effect, which is essentially considered a spell. You make a spell check, it stacks with disadvantage on spells, all that kind of stuff, right? Witchy. The witch class. It's back again. All right. And then back to the questions. Yes, we are. All right, cool. Cool. And then, actually, we are in overtime now. Boom, we're in overtime. So here's how this works. I'm going to rattle through. I'm going to do the shot clock again, because I really do want to get better at answering questions speedily, right? Like answering questions fast. So I'm going to set a 5-minute shot clock. And 5-minute shot clock right here. As soon as it goes off, I'll finish answering that question. I am going to, my disclaimer, I apologize again. My disclaimer is I am going to answer the questions very quickly, or maybe I can't answer them because it would be too complicated, and I'm going to try and go through as fast as I can. I apologize in advance for not answering as thoroughly as I normally do. So I'm sorry. It's okay. Hey, what's up, wolves? Oh, how you doing? All right. Focus. All right. Here we go. Boom. 5 minutes. Question. How will the strength of utility magic in DC20 compare to 5e? It would be very strong. I think all utility magic is going to be great because conditions are better in DC20. Action economy is better in DC20. And you're going to be able to manipulate that better in your enemies and allies, as in boosting your allies or in it. It's going to be wild. It's going to be super huge. Al Murray, any thoughts about dropping the exposed status for rolling a 1 on an attack check? Some characters like monks are encouraged to attack more, and this will run into this more often. Interesting. So far I've loved the exposed condition as far as it happening, and I think that's also something to, if you're attacking and going crazy, you're attacking so much, maybe you will get exposed more often. So so far I see that's a good thing. I've liked it so far. I've not ran into a situation where it's been bad. Mini Warlord, question, what's a good stat block for a commoner? A good stat block for a commoner. 3 health, 3 or 4 health, and give them 1 in everything, right? And give them, honestly, give them 0 in everything if you really want to just try and have it just be a straight up normal person. Give them a -1, a 1, and then 2 zeros, and there you go for your commoner. Albastine, question: Are the packs going to have any mechanics? Are the packs going to have any mechanics attached, or just the item equipment vary from pack to pack in the game? Any interesting items you want us to share that may be in the pack? The pack's gonna be very simple. It's gonna be equipment. It's gonna be like the adventurers kit with rope, a torch, and just super simple stuff. There's gonna be a theater one. There's gonna be a thieves tool one. There's gonna just simple packs, and you're gonna get a pack and some gold. Done. You can take that gold and go buy stuff with it, and there's gonna be a list of things you can go shopping with if you want to, or just keep the gold. Done. Malzor, question: Paladin's aura cures poison disease with new condition like bleeding, deafen, etc. added from other TTRPGs. Are you interested in having spells and features that can cure them? I think I am very much a fan of Paladins curing conditions. I think that's a really cool thing, and I think that's something I definitely want to go down the Paladin or the rabbit hole of Paladin curing conditions. That's definitely part of the Paladin vibe. So yeah. Right now, I think it's fine as it is right now, but I definitely could see Paladins at 5th level, etc., expanding what they could possibly cleanse and cure, especially things like bleed and doomed and all these other type of conditions. Fyrak, any tips or possible issues running DC20 for a party of 2? Going to trial porting my campaign over, slightly concerned about skill challenges. No, it'd be super sick, right? In fact, if you wanted to do skill challenge, give them 2 rounds. That would be how I would do skill challenge. Give them 2 rounds. So first round, boom, boom. It's round 2. What else y'all doing? And give them something that's evolving. So they do a round, give them whatever the challenge is, have it change, have it escalate based on what they did, and then do a second round. And I think that would be the solution to your skill challenges to still feel epic. Galaxy Fox Knight, what character would you make if you were to play DC20 class in Ancestry if you could be a purple dragonborn? I would be a purple dragonborn sorcerer. And then at level 2, I would multi-class in a barbarian. Big Ben McDouche is any plan on D300 for a wild magic sorcerer? So right now there is not a plan for a D300 table for DC20 in the core rules. Is there going to be a magic expansion book and it has a whole bunch more spells and other things having to do with wild magic and magical environments and magical this, that, and the other magic items? Yes, but I think the D20 table for the sorcerer right now is pretty solid. And if there is, you have to know me. If those who know me know that I loved wild magic, and I could 100% see a very large DC20 D300 table. Yes, and just for the record, I have already gone through the D300 table one by one, all 300, and taken it and turned it into DC20. Just for the record, that's going to be a future, maybe it's a random patron perk in the future or whatever, but that's for sure on the table. And then, I'm killing it right now. Oh God, I'm killing it right now, y'all. That's not, we still have 55 seconds. Static S, first off, I wanted to say you put a lot of hard work on having a bunch of stuff to do. I respect the work you're putting in this. What's the hardest part of the process? What's the hardest part of the process? Honestly, it's just the logistics of emails and posting and getting the Discord post and the patron post and then the website post and then the email newsletter and then the Discord post and then the YouTube post and the video making and all that stuff, and then organizing the editing, make sure that that's presented to the thing. All of that's the stuff. If I could just sit here on my Notion document, type up stuff in Notion, and that's all it is. It'd be a breeze, but it's all just the logistics of getting it out to you guys in the best ways possible, and doing it quick enough, knowing that people are waiting on it. There we go, boom. I said I would end it on the last one, so I kind of finished that one, so I'll end it on this one. Carrick Day, did I say it right? Carrick Day, Carrick Day. With awareness being based off Prime, it feels like everyone has great perception. How would you make a class/background/ancestry feel like it has exceptional perception compared to others? Sweet. So first of all, you're all adventurers, and I would say that this is a better setup than, I would much rather the DC20 version of everyone's pretty good and pretty aware. You're adventurers. You're going out and fighting for your lives through dungeons and fighting crazy You're aware. You're a combatant, right? Anyone who's been I've not been in the military, but anyone who's been in the military is in general going to be more aware passively than any civilian. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I think that makes more sense. And is that an issue? And some people they're going to be more similar to each other. Yeah, I see that. But if a character wants to be very, very much aware, then they can do that, and they can put a skill point into awareness. Done. They can be a rogue that gets expertise in awareness. Done. There's going to be things like that. There's going to be skill feats. There's going to be skills for every single talents for every single skill in the game that you can really shine in that way. There's also going to be negative features that people can apply negative traits, and you roll at disadvantage on all awareness checks, etc., and you gain points, kind of like negative features from ancestries. So I don't think that that's too much of a problem, especially because in the contrast of that in D&D, you have clerics and druids and wisdom based classes who are just more perceptive than people who have proficiency in perception, even because they're a wisdom based caster when they have a 4 in wisdom, because they're a caster, not because they're aware, but because they're a caster and they are a druid and they've chosen wisdom, they haven't chosen wisdom. They're forced into having wisdom. So then you're forced to be aware, and that's kind of feels weird too. So I'd much rather have it be this way and have if there's some issues, I'd rather it be this way and us be able to fix those issues. So hopefully that makes sense. And then I do see Samuel Flynn, another question, Druid, Beastborn, Lion Folk, and Elemental Born Fire Genasi for 0.6. 0.6, I do not think will have, I think the extra ancestries will be in 0.7, if I had to guess. I think those will be in 0.7. Because there's just so much, I'm adding 5 classes to 0.6 and a potential attribute overhaul. Ooh, right? So I think there's going to be a bunch of stuff in 0.6, and I don't want to bite off more than I can chew there. So there is the deal. Let me get caught up. Oh, Matthew Heyman with an overtime bonus. Appreciate you, brother, for the super chat overtime bonus. That's what's up. And then Ava Cup, thoughts on condition that removes action points. There is going to be a condition that removes action points, Ava Cup. I don't know if that's in the, I think that is actually in the 0.6 overhaul where we're checking into some stuff. Potential reworks to the stunned condition to where it, instead of removing you cannot spend action points, it would be you cannot spend 1 action point, and it could get worse, right? So if you fail, if you're going to get stunned would minus your action points by 1, and if you fail that check or contest or whatever, every 5 you fail it by, right? So if you really get stunned, dang, I rolled a natural 1. Oh my God. Wow. I got mega stunned. You know, that feels better because it's more rare to happen, etc. So I do hear some feedback on that. And that is a condition I did like having. It used to be a part of Exhausted, I think is why there's not a condition in DC20 that currently has that, is because it was a part of Exhausted, but then Exhausted was too punishing. So I removed it from Exhausted, but then we launched the game, and that concept of having a minus an action point thing did not make it back in, but I think it might get back in either as a new condition or a rework to the stun condition. So Ava Cup, yes, that is also on the docket. So there you go. And then G Nico says, how much did I miss? You missed it all, bro, but you didn't miss the giveaway. So here we go. If you want to jump into the giveaway, we're about to do 3 giveaways right now. Say in the chat right now, say, let's see, say which of these 5 classes you're the most excited for between Bard, Druid, Cursed, Warlock, and Artificer. Which one of those 5 are you the most excited about seeing? I'm saying this because in order to win the giveaway, you have the Nightbot has to know that you're in the chat right now, right? So they have to know you're in the chat. I'm actually really interested. Druid, Curse. Oh, there's a lot of Curse. Oh my God, there's a lot of Cursed. Oh, wow. Okay, Druid and Cursed are getting a lot of love right now. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, so you got to say something in order to win the giveaway, and we're going to do that right now. The first winner is going to be a regular DC20 Alpha 0.5. I'll mail it to you right now. If you already have the Alpha and you already got it, then you've unlocked an even better reward. It's not even better reward because I mean DC20. What's better than DC20? You get an upgrade to your giveaway, and you can get a copy of Alkander's Almanac and early advanced copies and other things and etc. Sneak peek things with 0.6 if you want to jump into that, or a shopping spree on the website. You get to kind of pick your upgraded thing if you already have DC20. So either way, it's a win. And then I'm going to do 2 of those giveaways. And then the third and final giveaway is going to be for a seat at the table. You also get a copy of DC20. You get that as well. But you're also going to be able to play in the seat at the table, and I will Dungeon Master, Game Master a session of DC20, and we'll make characters with the whole thing. It was a whole shebang. So, here we go. Winner. Let's go. Seat at the table. Winner. Exclamation point. Winner. Wormer? I can't type that. Winner. Here we go. Who we got? 1 of 3. Let's go. Let's see if Nightbot's drunk. Liam. Oh man. Now I know for a fact Liam has got a copy of DC20. So I will email me, Liam. Me and Liam have talked back and forth multiple times. So shoot me an email, just honestly reminding me that you've won. There's juggling lots of things. So Liam, shoot me an email. I got you, bro. We'll hook it up. I probably think that you're going to want to see early access stuff of like the next classes and stuff. And I'm sure you're going to have some feedback for me. So there's Liam. What an appropriate winner for that super chat. So winner. Oh, that's 3 N's. There's not 3 N's in winner. I was a math teacher, remember? Get off my back, y'all. Second winner's going out for the DC20 giveaway is Fyrax. Fyrax, let's go, Fyrax. And then I got another one, Fyrax. The one time I didn't super chat. Hey, Liam, you have super chatted plenty, bro, plenty. This is the universe coming back around, the DC20 universe. Fyrax says, woo! So Fyrax and any other, and the next winner, if you win, message Admiral Rum or any of my moderators over on Discord. You can see their names up on the side, and their names are in red. Message any of them, and they will get you in contact with me, nice and straight away. We'll get you all set up, right? So now, without further ado, here is the final winner, who also gets a one shot with me and some people. Let's go. Winner. This is the big one. Brian Burns. Let's go. Brian Burns. Who is Brian? I always want to see if they're in the chat for it. Brian Burns says, woot. Oh, I love the woot. I wonder if Brian Burns, are you a gamer? That sounds like, it makes me, wow. I think woot. Right? That's what's up. And Lower Jam says, and it just Lower Jam just screams and then throws a $20 super chat down. So screaming, yes, screaming jam. Lower Jam, it did a screaming jam. I agree, Nico. Let's go. Grats, Brian. Brian, same thing to you. Message me at Brian's a Gamer. Let's go. We're gonna be gaming together. Let's go. Brian, message Admiral Rum, and you'll be set up, good to go. We'll coordinate. I'll send you email on whatever times. We'll get a schedule worked out. That's it. So. Big stream, some sneak peeks into 0.6. I'm going to go shave my beard, and next week's video is an ancestry breakdown as far as how ancestries works. A lot of you guys might already know how that works because you have the PDF and all that kind of stuff. So super fun, super great. Love to see it, and it's just honestly so cool. This our inside jokes, the familiar faces, the RP talking as dragons, the fees, all of the different things that we have here with y'all. It's always a blast. I look forward to it every single week. So look forward to see y'all next week. Stay creative. I think I said the box. Love y'all. Oh, and Alfred Miller in the hand position of the piece. Before I even said it, Alfred Miller throws out the $5 super chat. Alfred Miller says, peace.